Absolutely. We work on that all the time, and, that's kind of our unit. So.
How much fun was it to put that out on the field and just see it work?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, every time we go in the film room and watch that stuff, we get fired up. So it's pretty cool to do on the field, especially when it matters.
What's it just do to play when you're blocking college and then a touchdown? It probably wasn't ideal to be smugged around like that, but
Right.
what's going on through your head?
So, yeah, I knew I was going to end up having to one-on-one pass rush one of them throughout the game with a big play. So we've been working, me, Coach Key, Coach Hinton, Coach Wendy, we've been, practicing pass pro all, off season. That's a big part of our offense and a role that I play. So I knew that was eventually going to end up happening. And I set on them, kind of overset, and I knew the only way to recover was to spin back inside quick and, get on the string to ball me man. So I ended up doing that, and, one thing led to another, and we got the job done. So.
Did anybody say anything to you?
Oh, yeah. Right after the play, me and Coach Key went up, celebrated with them and stuff like that. It was awesome. The whole tight end unit was a good thing because we've been working on that all year. So it's cool to make it happen.
You work on technique and doing everything the way you want to do it, but how much in situations like that sometimes is it just about fighting?
Oh yeah, I mean our two goals in the tight end room are strike and strain. So I mean strain is where that play kind of happens. So I mean sometimes you get beat and you got to recover and just strain your butt off. So.
What's it say about the ruling on that one? 4th and goal from the 1. Freshman Nate Roberts goes in there and you guys run behind.
Oh, absolutely. I mean he's shown it on the practice field all the time. He deserves that role. Did his job, and I mean we scored with 4 tight ends out there, so that's saying something. So.
What does it say about what tight ends on the field, 14 personnel or whatever it was? I've been actually it was probably 23 personnel.
Right. I mean, whatever the personnel is, I mean this is our unit. I mean this team, looks at us as setting the tone and getting those kind of dirty jobs done. So having 4 of us out there just kind of shows that what our room is kind of capable of.
Well, a couple years ago, you were a backup.
What's that?
You were kind of a backup. You were not a starter in Ohio. You were a partner against. What does it mean to you to go on from there to here? And especially, you're going to play that next week.
Yeah, I mean, it was a long process. I mean, it took a lot to get to this, point. But, no, it's going to be cool to see my old school again and, play with those guys. I know a lot of the coaches on the staff. I know a handful of the players still there. So it would be cool to see them, during the game and then, after.
You came here as primarily a blocker. You should have expanded your game to something like that stuff too. What's that process been like?
Coach Key, he was a receiver GA, so he's got a lot of knowledge there. And, we've worked on that, all off-season, in-season. So just kind of building off that kind of that role is something that I could, add to my toolbox. And so.
What's it like adding a guy like Max Clare to the tight end?
No, yeah. It was awesome. I mean, Coach Key asked us before he offered him, what we thought of him. And I heard only good things. And now he's a hard worker, likes to get his nose dirty. So. I thought he was a great fit, and then he excels in the pass game a lot, so that just opens up our tight end room for even more things.
Last question. Ask me, is it okay to ask?
I mean, yeah, I didn't expect anything else. I mean, Coach Key runs everything through us. I mean, we're a unit. Like I've said before, we're super close. I don't think it's your average coach to player kind of relationship. We're super close, and yeah, I didn't expect anything else.
All right, Will. Thank you very much.
Yep, thank you.
Saturday, it was definitely electrifying. First time in the shoe. The atmosphere was definitely crazy. Coming from West Virginia to playing in that, that was different. I ain't gonna lie.
Is there a Big 12 environment that you can equate it to a little bit?
Yeah, no. So, Texas was originally in the Big 12, and if you did a little research, we played those guys October 1st, I'm pretty sure, 2022, and I wouldn't say it wasn't as loud, but it was definitely a lot of people, great atmosphere. So it didn't compare to that, but it was somewhat similar.
So you said you had that date readily available, CJ.
Yeah, that was the day something kind of tragic happened in my collegiate career. If you want to do your research on it, I don't really like to speak about it.
So, sorry.
But yeah, that's something happened that day, and I just kind of always hold that with me.
Okay.
CJ, on that 4th and goal, describe the determination you have to, by any means possible, get in the end zone.
you know, all 11 guys, we had that mindset that we were not going to be denied. So, you know, it was a whole collective group, you know, made in our mindset. Coach Day, you know, trusting to all 11 of us that we was going to get that 1 yard, you know, and we just pulled through.
What did it feel like to score the first touchdown of the season against Texas?
You know, it was great. You know, celebrate with your guys. You know, celebrate with the O-line, celebrate with the tight ends, receivers. You know, those guys, they blocked hard the whole drive. You know, just gives the opportunity. You know, celebrate with your teammates.
Is that a tails situation there? That's a tails situation there where you got to put tails in the game.
Yeah, man. You know, like Coach Day said, like we must get it. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like we call the play on fourth down. We must convert.
What's going through your mind when you see Nate Roberts, a freshman tight end, and trying to use your lead blocker on that play?
I know he's gonna get his job done. I saw it all through camp. You know, all through camp, we've been working. You know, short yardage. You know, third down, fourth down, converting on those. You know, downs, critical downs, and I know he was gonna get his job done.
What do you do for the offense as a whole to get that done on that fourth down play? To finish and to do it in the way y'all did from a confidence standpoint, CJ.
You know, it definitely gave us some momentum. You know, we started, you know, finding our identity. That's something Coach Hart always say. You know, we got to find our identity. You know, throughout the week. You know, it definitely gave us, you know, a great start. You know, to find our identity.
But early in the season too, to kind of like let everybody else know y'all haven't gone anywhere. I mean, is that kind of, y'all are back again, so to speak.
You know, we the Buckeyes. You know, we go be the hardest playing team in the country, and we go always grade out a champion. That's something that Coach Day always, you know, emphasizes. You know, in each and every meeting, we go be the hardest playing team in the country. That you go see that on film at all times.
CJ, two more questions. What does having the amount of tight ends who can do so many different things add to the run game? You already have a pretty deep O-line as well.
Man, it adds a lot. You know, that's like we go 14 personnel, 4 tight ends in the game. That's special. That's like having nine offensive lines on the field. You know, and then those guys can also run routes. So, you know, it makes the defense not, you know, think of us as one dimensional. We still, you know, a 2-dimensional team with that set. So, you know, it definitely brings a, you know, different flavor to the game.
CJ, the rushing yardage was not great against Texas. I'm sure that's a point of emphasis this week. What kind of constantly went wrong against Texas? I know the game plan, but how would you assess the way you guys ran the ball, and how much of a priority is it right now?
You know, I think the O-line did a great job. I think, honestly, you know, my eyes in the run game wasn't, you know, perfect. You know, I was definitely, you know, missing a lot of things out there. And those guys blocked, you know, they blocked their ass off. So, you know, I just got to, you know, be better each and every week. Like Coach Locke, you know, he tells me, like, stick to the details. You know, the little things create the big plays. So I just got to be better in my tracks and my run reads, you know, to, you know, create those bigger plays.
How much does that have to do with Texas and their front, sort of stuff they were doing to you?
It's not so much of what they was doing. It's really like, you know, what we were doing. You know, the O-line, as I said, they was blocking their tail off. I was just, you know, not running the ball as efficiently as I should have.
All right, CJ, thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Good to meet you. I'm Tyler.